The doorbell rang. Who the hell bothers with that these days? I opened up ready to tell off another salesman. Hi there, I'm Jeremy, your new neighbor, he beamed, holding out a plate of cookies. Thought I'd introduce myself. I blinked, taken aback. In this stuck-up neighborhood. I'm Mike. I managed accepting the plate. His smile widened. Great to meet you, Mike. Listen, I'm having a little housewarming thing this weekend. Nothing fancy, just drinks and snacks. You should come by. Sure, why not? I heard myself say, surprising even me. As Jeremy chatted away, I couldn't help noticing how his eyes crinkled when he laughed. There was something different about this guy. Good different. Oh, and just so you know, he added, I'm gay. Some neighbors get weird about it, so I like to be up front. I shrugged. Cool with me, man. See you this weekend. As I shut the door, I realized I was still smiling. Maybe this place was about to get more interesting. Jeremy's housewarming was a bust. Most neighbors bailed, but I showed up. We ended up talking for hours, just the two of us. So, what's your story? Jeremy asked, refilling my glass. I shrugged. Not much to tell. Work, sleep, repeat. You? He laughed. Oh, I've got drama. See that guy by the window? I glanced over. Tall, dark, brooding type. Yeah. That's Mark, my soon-to-be ex, I think. Shit, sorry, man. Jeremy waved it off. Nah, it's fine. You're not ready to commit. Story of my life. I nodded, memories of my ex flooding back. Been there. My last girlfriend got engaged to someone else while we were still together. Ouch, Jeremy winced. That's rough. We clinked glasses. Shitty exes, I toasted. As the night went on, I found myself opening up more than I had in years. There was something about Jeremy that made it easy to talk. When I left, we exchanged numbers. We should hang out again, I said. Definitely, Jeremy grinned. Walking home, I realized I'd made my first real friend in this neighborhood. And for some reason, that made me stupidly happy. Weeks flew by. Jeremy and I hung out almost daily. Movie nights, walks, deep talks till 3. It felt different, good different. One day, we were just walking, laughing about some dumb joke when this lady marched up to us. Excuse me, she hissed, all fake politeness. I don't want to be rude, but people are uncomfortable seeing you two together. I froze. What? She glanced at Jeremy. I don't have a problem with, but there are children here. They could be influenced. My blood boiled. Are you fucking kidding me? We're just walking. Jeremy touched my arm. Mike, it's okay. No, it's not, I snapped. Turning to the woman, I growled, Lady, you're way off base. We're leaving before I say something I'll regret. I grabbed Jeremy's hand and pulled him away. My heart was pounding. What the hell just happened? Back at his place, Jeremy was quiet. Too quiet. You okay? I asked. He shrugged. Used to it. At least she called me gay, not. Something in me broke. Before I knew what I was doing, I hugged him tight. And that's when I felt it. This spark. My heart raced for a whole new reason. Shit. What was happening to me? That hug changed everything. I couldn't stop thinking about Jeremy, about how it felt to hold him. It was driving me crazy. One night, we were on his couch talking about nothing and everything. He was so close I could smell his cologne. Mike, you okay? Jeremy asked. You're spacing out. I blinked, realizing I'd been staring at his lips. Yeah, I'm good. He raised an eyebrow. You sure? You look... I kissed him, just like that. No warning, no thinking. Just pure instinct. For a second, he froze. Then he kissed back, and holy shit, it was like fireworks. When we broke apart, both breathing hard, Jeremy whispered, Mike, what are we doing? I don't know, I admitted, but I don't want to stop. He searched my eyes, then nodded. Bedroom? My heart raced. Yeah, let's go. What happened next was a blur of hands, lips, and heat. It was clumsy and perfect and fucking terrifying all at once. After lying there with Jeremy, I whispered, I've never, with a guy. He propped himself up, looking worried. Are you okay? Do you regret? No, I cut him off. No regrets. Just processing. He nodded, pulling me close. Take your time. I'm here. As I drifted off, I realized two things. I had no idea who I was anymore, and I was surprisingly okay with that. The next morning, I woke up in Jeremy's bed, alone. Panic hit me like a freight train. Jer! I called out, voice cracking. In the kitchen, he yelled back, the smell of coffee and cookies. I stumbled out, half-dressed. Jeremy was at the stove wearing just boxers and an apron. It was distracting. Morning, he smiled, handing me a mug. Sleep okay? I nodded, taking a sip. Yeah, about last night. Jeremy's smile faltered. Look, you want to forget it happened? No, I said too quickly. I don't want to forget. I don't know what I am anymore. He set down his mug, looking at me seriously. You don't have to label yourself, Mike. Not for me, not for anyone. I took a deep breath. I know, but I know what I want. Yeah, his eyes lit up. Yeah, you... The kiss tasted like coffee and hope. When we broke apart, I blurted out, go on a date with me. A real one. Jeremy laughed. Isn't this backwards? Sex, then dating? I grinned. When have we ever done things the normal way? Fair point, he chuckled. All right, Casanova, where are you taking me? There's this little Italian place downtown. Friday night. He beamed. It's a date. As I left for work, I felt lighter than I had in years. Sure, I was scared shitless. But for once, I was excited about the future. Friday night. I was a fucking wreck. Changed my shirt 3 times before heading to Jeremy's. He opened the door looking gorgeous. Wow, I breathed. You clean up nice yourself, he grinned, kissing me quickly. At the restaurant, I froze. That bitch from the neighborhood was there with her family. We can leave, Jeremy whispered, noticing my tension. I squared my shoulders. No, fuck her. We sat down, her glare burning holes in my back. I tried to focus on Jeremy, but my hands were shaking. Hey, Jeremy said softly, taking my hand. It's just us here, okay? I nodded, breathing deep. Sorry, I'm not. I've never done this before. In public? We can take it slow, he offered. No, I said firmly. I'm done hiding. I leaned across the table and kissed him, right there in front of everyone. When I pulled back, Jeremy's eyes were wide. Wow, okay then. The rest of the night was a blur of good food, better company, and stolen glances. By dessert, I'd forgotten about everyone else. As we left, I caught that woman's eye. She looked away first. Outside, Jeremy laughed. That was quite a statement, Mr. Straight Guy. I pulled him close. Maybe I'm not as straight as I thought. We kissed under the streetlight, and for once I didn't give a damn who saw. Weeks flew by. Jeremy and I were officially a thing. It felt right. Scary as hell, but right. One night, curled up on my couch, Jeremy asked, Have you told anyone about us? I tensed. Not yet. You? He nodded. My family knows. They want to meet you. Panic rose in my throat. Shit, that's big. Too big? He asked quietly. I looked at him, saw the worry in his eyes. No, just give me a minute. I grabbed my phone, hands shaking, dialed my sister. Mike, everything okay? Sarah answered. Yeah, I need to tell you something. Jeremy squeezed my hand as I stumbled through it. I'm dating someone. His name's Jeremy. Silence. then, "Oh, Mike?" I looked at Jeremy, saw his nervous smile. Yeah, I really am." "Then I'm happy for you. Bring him to dinner next week." Relief flooded me. "Thanks, sis. Love you." After I hung up, Jeremy kissed me hard. "I'm proud of you," he whispered. I grinned. "Yeah, how proud." He laughed, pulling me towards the bedroom. "Let me show you." Later, breathless and tangled in sheets, I realized something. For the first time in my life, I felt truly, completely myself. Things were good, too good. Should have known it wouldn't last. That bitch from the restaurant, Mrs. Henderson, started a petition. Concerned Citizens for Family Values or some bullshit. Basically, she wanted us out. I found out when a cop showed up at my door. "There have been some complaints," he said, looking uncomfortable. "About what?" I snapped. He shuffled his feet. "Public indecency, noise violations. Look, it's all bogus, but I gotta follow up." I was seething. Jeremy found me pacing in the kitchen. "Babe, what's wrong?" I told him everything. His face fell. Maybe we should cool it for a while," he said quietly. "What? No fucking way." "Mike, I don't want you to lose your home because of me." I grabbed his hands. "Screw that. This is our home now." His eyes widened. "What are you saying?" "Move in with me. For real. Let's show these assholes we're not going anywhere." Jeremy's smile could have lit up the whole damn neighborhood. "You sure?" I kissed him hard. Never been more sure of anything in my life. We spent that night planning our future and plotting our revenge. Mrs. Henderson had no idea who she was messing with. Next morning, I marched over to her house and rang the bell. She opened, face pinched. "Yes?" I smiled sweetly. "Just wanted to let you know, Jeremy's moving in. Permanently. Have a great day, neighbor." The look on her face. Priceless. Living together was an adjustment. Turns out love doesn't conquer dirty dishes or wet towels on the floor. "Babe, seriously?" I groaned, picking up Jeremy's socks. Again. He peeked out from the kitchen. "Sorry, I'll get them later." "That's what you said yesterday," I muttered. Things came to a head one night. I was stressed from work. Jeremy was pissy about something. It just exploded. "You never listen," he yelled. "And you never clean up after yourself," I shot back. We glared at each other, breathing hard. Then Jeremy started laughing. "What's so funny?" I snapped. "Us," he chuckled. Fighting like an old married couple. I couldn't help it. I started laughing too. Later, curled up in bed, Jeremy said, "I'm sorry. I'll try to be neater." I kissed his forehead. "And I'll try not to be such a neat freak." We were figuring it out day by day. And yeah, sometimes it was hard, but waking up next to him every morning, worth it. One day, grabbing the mail, I noticed Mrs. Henderson watching us from her porch. I waved, grinning. "Still bothering you?" Jeremy asked. I shook my head. "No, actually, I kind of feel sorry for her." "Why's that?" I pulled him close, kissing him right there on our front lawn. "Because she'll never be as happy as we are." Jeremy's smile was brighter than the sun. "I love you, you know that?" My heart skipped. First time he'd said it. "I love you too," I replied, surprising myself with how easily it came out. We walked back inside, hand in hand. Home, our home. It's been a year since Jeremy moved in. A year of laughter, fights, make-up sex, and more love than I ever thought possible. Tonight, we're hosting a neighborhood biki. My idea. Jeremy thought I was nuts. "They hate us, remember?" he'd said. I just grinned. "Trust me." Watching our backyard full of people, I can't stop smiling. Even Mrs. Henderson showed up, looking uncomfortable, but here. Jeremy sidles up to me, beer in hand. "I can't believe this worked." I kiss him quickly. Never underestimate the power of free food and booze. He laughs, then grows serious. A year ago, I never thought. Yeah, I nod. Me neither. We watch as Sarah chats with Jeremy's sister, as my coworkers mingle with his friends. Two worlds perfectly merge. Hey, everyone, I call out suddenly. The yard quiets. I want to thank you all for coming. I take a deep breath, locking eyes with Jeremy. And I want to thank this guy. For loving me. Jeremy's eyes widen as I drop to one knee. The yard gasps. Jeremy, will you marry me? For a second, silence. Then yes. God, yes. As we kiss, the yard erupts in cheers. Even Mrs. Henderson is clapping. Later, after everyone's gone, we're cleaning up. Jeremy keeps staring at his ring. Having second thoughts, I tease. He pulls me close. Never. You? I think about the journey, the fear, the doubt, the joy, the man I was, the man I am now. Nope, I say, kissing him deeply. This is exactly where I'm meant to be. As we head inside, hand in hand, I realize something. It doesn't matter what label I put on myself. Gay, whatever. I'm just, and that's enough.